Okay, 4 years ago, Tesla presented this Cybertruck. And at that time, you either loved it or you hated it. And it was mainly based on the design because the specs were amazing. Now, over the last 4 years, a lot of the haters became lovers because the design grew on them. They actually started to like it. They saw the benefits of having a very unique design. Now, here we are, 4 years later, we have the specs, the pricing, and all the details about the truck, and we're still in the camp of now you still either love it or hate it. Today I'm going to talk to you about what I love about the Cybertruck, but at the same time what I absolutely hate about the Cybertruck and wish that they would have done differently. Let's get into it. Okay, let's start with what I absolutely love about the Cybertruck. The design. The design is amazing. It's unique. It's polarizing. It's different. It's different than any other truck on the market. And I love that they took a leap of faith and tried something different. They did that because of efficiency. And I love that they did that. Electric vehicles need to be efficient. And this design promotes that. But not only that, they decided to use material that was different, that has never been used for ages on vehicles. Stainless steel, not just any stainless steel, but cold rolled stainless steel that's bulletproof. I absolutely love that. Now, am I planning on going places where my vehicle is going to get shot up? No. But having a vehicle that's bulletproof, that's just like the movies. We see that in the movies all the time. People hiding behind their car to protect themselves from gunfire. When in fact, a car will not protect you from gunfire because that bullet is going to go through the panels of the car. But on the Cybertruck, it won't. And we saw this based on the videos that Tesla shared with us on showing guns being shot at the Cybertruck, a Tommy gun being shot at it. Hell, even Joe Rogan shot an arrow at the Cybertruck and nothing was able to penetrate through the stainless steel. I love that in a design. Do I need it? No. But is it cool? Absolutely. And I love the design cues that they took and did with the Cybertruck. Now, the other thing that I absolutely love about the Cybertruck is Powershare. Now, this was not talked about in the keynote. Elon didn't mention it, but it was listed on the website. Basically, if you take your Cybertruck, you combine that with a wall connector, which is about $500, and a Tesla gateway, which is about $1,800. The batteries in your Cybertruck can then be used to back up your entire home in case of a power outage. This is incredible. If you have medical equipment that relies on electricity, your food that's in your fridge to be reliant on so that your family can survive is reliant on electricity, this solves that problem. Now, the Cybertruck has about 120 something kilowatt hours of battery packs on it. So to be able to leverage that is like having 8 or 9 power walls. And those power walls cost about $8,500 each. That's almost $75,000. So basically for a little bit more, about $10,000 to $20,000 more, you're getting a full-fledged vehicle. So not only just a stationary battery that backs up your home, but you get a vehicle that you can travel with that's bulletproof, that is functional to escape should anything happen. I think is a great buy, and I love that they made this finally available, as Tesla owners have wanted this for years. You've got a vehicle that's sitting in your garage that has all these batteries, it's fully charged and is available there, but when the power goes out, your home is dead in the water and you've got batteries, you just can't use them. So I'm happy and I love that Tesla has implemented this in the Cybertruck, and I hope that it will be implemented on every vehicle going forward because this is an awesome, awesome feature. Okay, next is steering. The Cybertruck has a feature called steer by wire. It's not a physical wire, but the steering is not connected to the wheels. And what that means is that it is controlled via software instead of a physical connection. What this enables you to do is to take a giant, large, heavy truck and make it very nimble. It means at slower speeds, by turning the wheel a little bit, it's gonna move a lot. Combine that with quad steering, having all 4 wheels be able to articulate and move, you get an extremely nimble, large truck. You never hear those words combined, but with the Cybertruck, you can actually achieve this. Now, steer-by-wire is not something new. It's actually been done in aviation for some time now. Vehicles have never really had this implemented, and I love that they did this. As you can see, the Cybertruck be able to make tight turns and have a very low turning radius when it needs to at slower speeds, and then at higher speeds, it turns that off. And I think that's amazing. It's smart, it's cool, it's state of the art, and I love that they put that in there. Just recently, I was driving a truck, a non-EV truck, through a parking garage, and making a 90-degree turn required me to turn the steering wheel almost 2.5 times. It was insane. I love that Tesla has implemented this feature in the Cybertruck. Okay, the next feature that I absolutely love is the tonneau cover. This is the cover that covers the bed. Most tonneau covers don't come with trucks. Your truck is just an open bed. So that means you can't store anything in there. You have to buy an aftermarket cover or a pack that goes on top to cover that space. Not the Cybertruck. It comes with the tonneau cover, and not just any basic cheap tonneau cover. It's powered. It's tough, you can actually stand on the tonneau cover, and I think these two features make it all the more functional. You can use it to climb onto something. You can use it to store all of your things without the fear of it being broken into. I love that they had this and that it's included with every single Cybertruck. The tonneau cover, by far, one of the features that I absolutely love on the Cybertruck. And lastly, what I love about the Cybertruck is just the sheer power of the damn thing. Jesus, the fact that you can take their top-of-the-line Cybertruck and it goes 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds. It's faster than a Porsche 911 while towing a Porsche 911 is insane. That was the shock and aha moment. Now, do we need that? Probably not. But is it cool to have? Absolutely. To be able to tow 11,000 pounds, to have a payload of 2,500 pounds, it's just a sheer beast of a truck and outbeats all of its competition in its class. I love that they did that. I love that they didn't just settle for a cheap truck, but they really went all in. If you want the top tier truck, you can get it. And it's by far the strongest, the toughest truck on the market. And there's other companies that say built tough, but Cybertruck is truly built tough, and I love that. Now, along with love comes hate. And there are things that I absolutely hate about the Cybertruck, and I wish that Tesla would have done differently. Number one is the price. 4 years ago, I signed up for a $50,000 Cybertruck, all-wheel drive, 300 plus range. Fast forward to today, 4 years later, I got a 340 mile range, and that's great. But as far as my price, it didn't go up to 60, it didn't go up to 70, it actually went up to $80,000. Now, that's just the base price. Add FSD at about $10,000. Now we're at $90,000, and I'm in California. Tax is about 10%. Now we're at a $100,000 Cybertruck with 340 miles of range, all-wheel drive. That's just an insane amount to see the price that you were hoping and saving for double in a matter of 4 years. I know a lot of things are going on, the economy's tough, but that pricing really, really upsets me, and I hate the pricing of the Cybertruck. Absolutely. I'm priced out. I'm 100% priced out, and I'll have to wait. I get it. There's R&D, there's, it's the early adopter fee, and I hope that over the years we're gonna see that price come down, but as of right now, I hate the pricing. I just do. Now, the next thing that I hate is the range. 4 years ago, the top tier model Cybertruck, the tri-motor, the all balls to the wall Cybertruck, was promised to have 500 plus miles of range. Fast forward to today, the tri-motor, the beast of the beast Cybertruck, has 320 miles of range. Very, very upsetting, very far off than what was promised. And if you start towing with that, you're really left with not much range at all. Now, let me caveat. There was something that was launched, it was not announced, but it was on the website, is a range extender. Very not like Tesla, but it's basically a battery pack that sits in your truck bed. It takes about 2 feet of the truck bed, about a third of the truck bed space, and that will add on like another 130 miles, but it's gonna cost you $16,000. So if you're already at a $100,000 truck, add on another 16K, man, we're getting a very, very expensive truck that's not aimed for the masses. So the range was real disappointing because when you're towing things, you want the maximum amount of range. 320 is only 10 miles more than what my Model 3 gave me 6 years ago. So I would love to have seen much more range, but I get it. It's a big truck, it's heavy, it's got all this stuff. But I hope that over the years, we're gonna see that efficiency get better and better, and then offer more range without having to add this pack. Don't get me wrong, I love the pack. I love the ability that, hey, 4 years down the line, if I wanted to add more range to my vehicle, I could with this pack option, but I don't wanna have to do it to get the truck that I was promised would come without that. You know what I'm saying? So I hate the range right now. Now, the third thing that I hate is the visibility. Okay, when you're sitting in the truck, 4 years ago, the rear view mirror was actually a digital mirror. It fed what the rear view camera was seeing, but it was in the similar space of where your rear view mirror typically goes. And what we saw is that out the rear view glass, it's very, very small space to look out of, which makes it visibility suck. But then you want to keep your tonneau cover closed, because with the tonneau cover closed, you are getting a 10% efficiency gain. So of course you want to keep it closed. Now, if you close it, you can no longer see out your rear glass. It's gone. There is no rear visibility. You're now dependent on the camera feeding to your touchscreen. So that means part of your touchscreen space is occupied by this running video of what's in the rear. I wish that they had kept that into the rear view mirror as a digital view up there, up and away, familiar to what we're used to looking at, but it's not there, and I hate that. I like having increased visibility. I like to be able to see. The front is amazing. It's big, it's clear, lots of visibility. Rear, not so much. And I was disappointed with that. Hopefully they'll make some changes. And lastly, what was disappointing and what I was just absolutely hated was camping. Those of you that are familiar with camping in your Tesla know, Model 3, Model Y, Model S, Model X, you can camp just so well inside the vehicle because you've got an HVAC system. It doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter what the weather is, you can camp. Anywhere, anytime, any place, any weather condition, you can go camping. That's not the same with the Cybertruck. The Cybertruck does have an accessory called the base camp. And if you want to see all the accessories that the Cybertruck has, I made a video on the best ones. I'll put a link to it right up here. But the base camp is a tent for your Cybertruck. That's all it is. It's just a tent. It sits above the truck bed, which is cool. It's elevated, but there's no connection from the tent to the inside cabin, which means that you need to now brave the elements. Means camping in the rain, yeah, that's gonna be kind of cold. Camping out in the wintertime is gonna be cold. You're gonna wanna keep warm some way, shape, or form. Now, yes, you can plug in a portable heater into the bed and have that in your tent, but that's kind of clunky, and it's probably gonna eat up a bunch of battery, and it's not as great as using the HVAC system that automatically monitors your temperature, and I wish they had made a way that the tent connected to the cabin of the vehicle so that you could continue to use camp mode. Unfortunately, there will be no sleeping inside the cabin of the Cybertruck as it's just not built to do that. I would have loved to have seen some sort of connection, and I hate that the typical Tesla camping is not present with the Cybertruck. And that's what I hate about it. There are things that I hate, and there are things that I love. I'm curious, what do you absolutely love about the Cybertruck? But at the same time, what do you dislike? What do you hope that were to be changed? You never know. Tesla might be listening, and maybe they'll make some changes to the truck and make it better based on user feedback. I'm curious to know what you think. Leave them down in the comments down below. If you haven't already, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. More Cybertruck videos to come, and I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.